Oh, let's see. Need to share. Let's see here. Okay, that's better, guys. Okay, here we go. I'll walk quick. I'll walk quick. The pool's at a Bellagio hotel, so it's because of the music. The music's pumping everywhere. Check this out. I mean, this is attention to detail, isn't it? It's spectacular. This pool's open. All the pools here are heated. I'll mute again. I'll give you the full tour here. I mean, this is just everything is immaculate and well kept out here at the pools at the Bellagio, Las Vegas. It's fantastic. A little mute. So here you can reserve when they're open. It's late in the day, and the pools here close at 6 o'clock. I'll mute again. Look at that. I mean, it's just beautiful. I think there are 6 or 7 pools here. Absolutely beautiful. And then, check this out again. So right up there, that's the spa. So you can come right outside from the spa and grab a seat. They do have lounge chairs up there. So if you do book a spa day, you can certainly come on out and get some sun, overlook all the pool grounds. So I'll mute again because I'm stopped. And then we'll keep on walking here. Here's the other side. Here's the big pool. This one's a massive one. I can't go in. It's roped off. It's closed, but I'll get right up close here and I'll mute for a moment as well. And then we'll keep walking because there's a couple of pools at the back as well. Check these out. You've got little, I don't know how you call them in Italian. Well, today's a little chillier, but they've got the front pools open. And I guess they gauge it that if they're not going to have 1,000 people out here, they don't need. But the ones down there at the front are definitely open. I heard that as well. It's still packed though. I mean, Mandalay was packed, Luxor was packed, Bellagio here when I was walking through earlier. You got some cabanas over here as well. I mean, the grounds here are just immaculate. But they've been packed from what I've seen. I don't understand where the recession is. Not out here, anyways. But it's coming. The recession is coming. It has to. We won't get political or anything, but tariffs are gonna smoke this thing. So look, they've got all these packed up as well. Now the temperatures yesterday, today, tomorrow, a little cooler, but then they start getting hot, hot, hot. I think they're going to be in the 90s next week. Yeah, and I think when we see some more travel numbers, because really it's just getting started. And put it this way, I'm not coming back. I came out here, I had a specific reason. I'm just going to mute since I'm stopped for a second here, but check that out. Oh, actually the music's off, so I don't need to. I came out here for a specific reason. I did my part. I whacked them until last night. But we won't talk about that yet. We'll just enjoy it. So pool closed. Look at that one. What do we have back here? I think it's more cabanas and stuff. Yeah. Check this out. I'll mute since we're stopped. I'm clear on that one right now. I'm not in Mexico. So give it another couple of weeks and the pool decks here are probably going to be packed. But Bellagio is just a beautiful hotel. The pools here are beautiful, always fun to be at. It's not really I won't say it's a kids hotel. Brad, I think you should design your backyard just like this one. I mean, look at the attention to detail here. This reminds me of my uncle's place, how he does it. It's fantastic. I mean, look at the cedars. Actually, I don't know if that's a cedar. What kind is this one? I can't tell what kind that is. These are beautiful. Look how tall they are. Incredible. So you got the cabanas for rent as well, or if you're a degenerate player, they'll comp those too. Okay. I'll mute. Just while I was walking by big music. I mean, look at the grounds here. This is incredible. Bellagio is certainly a hotel to stay at. I love it here. One of my favorites. So we've seen this pool on the right. Again, that's the spa up there. Oh, Andy, I don't know. You keep bringing it up. It keeps making me think about it. I'm trying to stay away right now. I've got to lock that up again. I've got to lock that up before I do damage to myself. Yep. At least I was able to stop the bleeding last night with a big comeback. I mean, it was a massive comeback, but I was playing scared when the bell was going off and I had the run. I had the window and it happened. And because I was down so much and I was nervous, I should have had table max bet out there and a couple of times towards the end. So I cost myself a lot on that run. I had a comeback. I still finished down, but I had a big comeback. It could have been a hell of a lot worse. Let me put it that way. It was a hell of a lot worse until I had that run, but I won 9 or 10 hands in a row. So the last couple hands, I should have been at table max by that point, and I wasn't. Because I was scared the way I was going. That's it's a loaded question, I guess. I'm gonna say no. If I'm out in Vegas for this long, I mean, you're a smart guy. You connect the dots on that, pal. Who comes out to Vegas for 3 weeks? I'll leave that to you to connect the dots, though. Offline chat. Thanks to Shortcut. Shortcut was calling me last night. I think around 10, 11 o'clock my time, 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock his time, which was able to calm me down a little bit. I was not in a good, happy place when I was getting place. Because even when a guy's winning after losing so big, Shortcut Sean. He's probably making sure I wasn't going to go off a ledge. So we got another pool here. This one's open. You actually have people around. Oh, I hope the internet picks up. I had to turn off the Wi-Fi because the Wi-Fi is really bad out here. Oh yeah, he sensed it. And then I got my run. And actually so I had a run. I'll say this. I'll get away from the music. So I had a run. And that was the window that a blackjack player wants, right? That's what we need. And I had it, and I got it, and I could hear the bell going off. And that's what we need to do when we're blackjack players, is hear that bell going off and see it. Hang on, let's get past the music. I mean, that's some really nice views. Look at that. You've got the Cosmo, the Waldorf, and of course, that's one tower of Bellagio. So as a blackjack player on losing streaks, if you do hear that bell going off, you got to be able to recognize when the bell's going off, saying, this is your time right here. And I had it, and I started pressing. And I won't tell you the denominations that I was using, not on here anyways, I'll tell you offline. I'll go back to an area where there's not as much music. So I went basically from 1 chip to 5 chips. And then I won the 5 chip once. So now I'm supposed to go to 10 chips. And I do. And I win the 10 chip once. Fine, I win the 10 chip a second time. So now I'm supposed to go to 20 chips. But because I was losing, I was scared. So I did 10 chips for a third time. I won that again. So I'm already behind the 8 ball. So then instead of going to 20 chips then, I went to 15 chips. I won that. I won the 15 chip again. Now, so technically I'm supposed to be at 30 chips if I'm using that strategy, but I only went to 20, and now I have 20 chips out there. And I won that with a double down. And then I win it again. So now I'm supposed to go to 40 chips, but I don't. I only go to 30. So at that point I was at 30 chips. And now I win the 30 chip bet once. I win the 30 chip bet a second time. So technically I should have been at 60 chips. Instead I only go to 40. I have a 20 against a dealer 6 and I push. And then I lost the 40 chip bet. So now if I reverse that, so the max I was 40 chips. I should have been at 1 to 5. So I win 1, I go to 5, I win 5. Now I go to 10. I win 10 once, I win 10 twice, now I go to 20. And then you win 20 once, you win 20 on a double now. You win 20 a second time, go to 40. Win 40, win 40 again, go to 80. And then once you get up to 100 chips in that denomination, you can't go any higher with that double down. So I should have been at technically 100 chips for the final couple of bets. And that other double down would have been a massive one as well. So yeah, that's the window. And then finished out the shoe there, got into the next shoe, and the cards were really good again. But this time, because I had let's call it a half a bankroll, maybe a third of a bankroll back, I wasn't as scared. So when the run happened again, I was pressing the way I'm supposed to. And I had it out there with, once I had 20 chips out there, and I got an 11 against a dealer. It was either 4, 5, or 6, one of the big bus cards. The dealer rolled. We're talking like, it was sitting there 13. It was one of those things where it had the 6 and had like a 7, then had an 8 for a 21. Beats me. Then I got the run again. I got the double down again, an 11. Dealer did the same thing. Like gets the 6, gets another 6 and rolls a 9. So I lost another 40 chips. And then it happened a third time. So on 3 double down bets, I think I had lost a total, I think it was 70 chips. So it could have been a really tight. Well, it is. It's very stressful, and that's what I always tell people. If the denomination of chip that you're using stresses you out, you're playing the wrong chip, or the bankroll is not big enough to support the type of chips that one is playing. See if we can find a spot to sit on this pool. Maybe over here in a corner, away from some music. The music is loud everywhere, I think. Maybe over here. I'm just trying to find a little quiet place. There are speakers everywhere here. I don't know if this is loud or soft, but yeah. So put it this way: and I had to go big into the bankroll, and I was. So you need to have a bankroll to sit down, and it's all relative. If somebody, whatever denomination someone using, they need to sit down with 20 units. So if they're playing a $5 table, they need to sit down with at least $100. If they're playing a $100 chip, they need to sit down with at least $2,000. If they're playing a $500 chip, they need to sit down with at least $10,000. Playing a $1,000 chip, you need to sit down with at least $20,000. I mean, if you're playing a $500 minimum table and you're doing the press bet where a guy goes from say a $500 bet to $1,000. So if you win, press, lose, your first bet is say 500, your second bet is 1,000, and you lose. So you win the 500, you press up to 1,000, or you press up to 1,500 and you lose. You go from being up a chip to down 2 chips. And then if that pattern continues, win, press, lose, win, press, lose, win, press, lose 3 times. If you're playing $500 chips, you're down quite a bit of money very quickly. Throw in a double down or a split and a double down in there, then you're really getting whacked quickly. And it's all relative. You could be doing the same thing with a $5 chip. You sit down with $100. You bet $5, you win, so you press it up. And if you do the double press right off the bat, you go from $5 to $15 and you lose. Well, all of a sudden now you're going from being up a chip to down a chip. And if you do that 3-4 times in a row, you've now lost 3 or 4 or 5 chips. Throwing a double down and a split, you've just lost 8 chips out of your 20 of your bankroll. We won't say on here, BG. We won't say on here, but I'm treading water. How about that? Hey, Alex, how you doing, brother? All right, yeah, you too, man. Sorry to hear about that dog again. The 411, the directory here. Well, we're at the Bellagio pools right here. You're looking up at the Cosmo Bellagio Tower. I think the Aria is hiding. That's another Cosmo Tower over there, I believe, right? And then hiding behind there is the Aria. So yeah, we've got a nice Bellagio pool. Like again, the pool right now, I guess, but not so much. So we just enjoy it. It's a little cool in the shade. And look at that. You got Bellagio behind me more. They've got me in a nice king suite too. And it's all that I need. I'm sure the bed's gonna be comfortable. I'm at the far end of the hallway though. I've got a hella long walk. I'm gonna go use up some of that comp tonight. I've got the sushi. I'm gonna go do sushi tonight. And then I think my final meal here is for tomorrow. I'll skip the breakfast. I got shaken down for the breakfast today when I got here. I went up to the regular place that I go to, and it just is sick. Eggs Benedict, side of bacon, and a coffee, including tax and tip, $60 US. Throwing a 40% exchange rate, it just cost me $84 for Eggs Benedict, a side of bacon, and coffee. So I think I drank 6 coffees just to get some deal. So this is it. This is Bellagio pools. They're closing at 6 p.m. Better than the Wynn. The Wynn pools closed at the Wynn pools were closing at 5. The Luxor pools were closed the days that I was there. I went by today before I left, and the Luxor pools were now open. So it was what I thought. They were saving costs. So it looks like to me, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they weren't open, and they open up now Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the weekends. Maybe next week they start opening up full scale. I don't know, but they're certainly doing it to save on costs because that's what they do. So for those who have never been to the Bellagio pools, you flash your key card and in you go and you get your towels, and I'll take you on a walk. I'll get up and walk around a little bit more. We can see what the pool's like here. If you're coming in the live stream right now. So not bad, but it's immaculate. I'm trying out the digital key this time, so I don't actually have physical room